all the grammar Nazis can exercise with the words like tiramisu and Tanzania, so they can basically train their pronunciation and also train their hyperbolous acts as well. Because yeah, there are some humans in this world who would probably want to kill you if you pronounce it Tanzania instead of Tanzania. Eating an apple after long break from meals at dinner time, and you get this weird feeling in your jaws after you eat an apple after you haven't been eating for some amount of time. Yeah, those kind of times make me not want to eat a breakfast at freaking at all, because I don't want to start my day with just a terrible feeling in my jaws, and then I just like all I do is think about that. Okay, think about that. You go to a restaurant for very early breakfast, and you're ordering octopussy for breakfast. Okay, so there are some people who are like Caucasian or whites that actually emphasize that fried chicken is amazing because it has like all the fats and the proteins at the same time. And we know the popular stereotypes that blacks like fried chicken. And I think that if they would be actually capable of eating large amounts of it during, what was it, 19th century, 20th century, then there probably will be no slavery in America, and they would be all like Hulks, just like Hulk smash, and they would be like insane athletes, and like it would be like chicken doping even right now in nowadays. So I just think that they would just smash all their slave lords with just one single knockdown, like each and every one of them. In UK, and it's pretty weird because like I'm Russian Finnish, and then it's like late October or like November, and the weather is shitty, especially during the nights. It's a bit of rain, a bit of wind, quite a bit of wind actually, and yeah, people just like youngsters get out of nightclubs just wearing t-shirts and shirts, and that's it, and like girls in tiny dresses, and they just get out like this. So basically a country that is has a much milder climate and is positioned geographically much souther than like where I live, and is much better climate than where I grew up, has tougher people in terms of like cold conditions. It's just insane. Also, like imagine, so I just described you the weather outside during those days, and we get to some nightclub or some bar, and then there is no wardrobe, there is no like place to hang your coat or anything, and people just coming there without coats or without jackets, anything, and it's like 5 to 10 outdoors. It's insane. We have such a low patience threshold right now, so if we like try to browse through a website, so we like type up like some website in the browser on our phone, on the smartphone, on the mobile, you call it, and there is no pop-up in the browser for like automatically fill in the website's name. Once we type in the first few letters, we just go mental, we go insane, because we're so get used to cache a lot of the time, so that like we just type first couple letters and then we get the right address and everything, and that's what drives us insane. And like a lot of really important hardships and difficulties economically or politically, we're like, yeah, screw it, I don't care. But like if there is no pop-up when I try to go to a website on my phone, then I'm just like fucking crazy. Basically, there are no patient drivers not driven by fear of fines or bills or breaking their car. My dad would follow speed limits but lose his mind when somebody stumbles at the traffic lights. It's just like doesn't come together. I just cannot like put those things and make a link between them. Because like it's such a small thing. Somebody just like stumbles at the traffic lights for a few seconds and you go bananas. But you like will follow all the speed limits, and if somebody goes speeding, you're like, yeah, he has the full right to do this, it's okay. It's like people just draw the line in the wrong place, I think. Um, if you want your kid to grow up strong, and you would want him to do some martial arts, you should give him, when he's just born, a very, very stupid first name, something like Dick. So this way kids in the hood will tease him, but after a while, once he teaches them a lesson, they would all call him by his last name and respect him. So take my advice. Elders or just upper middle-aged people are just sitting there in public transport doing nothing. They all or most of them in developed countries own smartphones, and they know how to use it, right? And they know how to use the computer back at home, but they never earn or have any earphones or anything like that. And they probably understand that just watching something like that without earphones when you're on a train or on a bus is probably bad. But I've barely met people above 40, let's say so, who would actually use earphones anywhere, even at home. And then on the other side of the spectrum, kids pretty much under up to 15, 16, they would be on the bus or just walking to a grocery shop, right? And put on the music on the phone without earphones, so just from the speakers. So there is this very young stage of douchebaggery, and there's this also not douchebaggery but kind of idiocracy for people 40 plus, who would just sit there on the train without a book. They would still have a phone but without earphones, and would just do nothing. I don't know, I would just kill myself out to boredom. Those people would just go on a train for 1 or 2 hours or on the bus and just sit there. Just sit there. Okay, they would look into the window.
Read the internet.
No, I wish. I would not get so amazed by now if a lot of them would do that, just read something online from a website on the phone or from the tablet. But no, you would have your phone, a good phone, in your bag. And most of them, okay, maybe they wouldn't want to pay for internet subscription and don't want to use it outside of Wi-Fi coverage. Okay, I get it, but they know they can put a book into the phone and read it offline. They know it.
They just like to see through a window on some landscapes.
For 2 hours.
Why not? It may be interesting and relaxing.
For the road that they've been going for years, from home to work, and they've seen every single bit every day, they probably would be able to recognize every window in the houses on the way.
Maybe they are just sleeping with eyes wide open or something like that.
That could be one of the few explanations, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, there are very few examples, but I think it's a rule, and I think it should be broken, because right now with movies, there are some that are franchised a lot, and they're like sequels, prequels, and stuff like this. But it's barely ever um, like the same actor like in all of the movies. Only if it's like really a huge thing. And it's normally like there's a good actor in the first movie, and the less known and shittier actors in all the sequels. And it's like there are some movies that, with sequels that I've never ever heard about, like ever anywhere. Like I think I watched but barely remember the first movie, like the what is it, King of the Scorpions or whatever. You know this, right? So it was
Sequels?
it was the basically spin-off out of the Mummy franchise, right?
Yeah.
With Brendan Fraser. So and then Dwayne Rock Johnson had a spin-off and had like this first like movie, and you would never believe it. Like I saw that movie had a one sequel, right? But I never could have even like possibly imagined that there were two more. There were four movies, like King of Scorpions. So and obviously Dwayne the Rock Johnson was just in the first one. And then like you would look at the banners, or what it's called, like you would look at the DVD box, right, for the other movies, and you would look at the faces of the actors in it, like who are supposed to be starring in it, and you would be like, who the fuck you are? Like who the fuck are you? Like I've never seen any of you in my entire life.
New faces, that's good.
Great, yeah. It's so awesome to find a pizza in the fridge when you get home after a long day, or when you get out and you know there is still one left. It's like you have life insurance.
Pizza's always great.
Never understood drinking before sunset. Turns out it has a presidential feeling.
Don't get it.
Drinking before sunset.
Sunset.
No, wait. Drink before dawn. Damn it. Oh, I ruined it for you. Okay, whatever. At least now I know what was wrong in this text. That's also a positive thing. So, then I would like to solve this mystery. No matter how many pans or pots you would ever buy, like separately or in a set or whatever, it sometimes doesn't work with pods from different sets, but it seems like it's like Murphy's Law or of some sort, that almost any cover for a pan will fit any pan in your house. You're like, okay, you need to fry up something, and it's gonna produce a lot of noise, and things will be like flying out of it, and your whole stove will be like fucking dirty. So you cover it up, and I think you can just go to your friend's place, like let's say start cooking, let's say like he's ill or it's his birthday, you want to cook for him, right? And you can just like reach out without even looking, you just like reach out to the cardboards with like all the dishes and stuff, and you would pick up a random cover for a pan, right? And it would fit. It's like this like magical, I don't know, feature. You can just pretty much like just take out any cover for the pan, and it's like, okay, done.
Well, sometimes in Soviet buildings, keys fit different doors in different cities. So why not?
Right. Fashion is like religion. Nobody knows the truth, and everything is relative. Like, is that dress fashionable or not? It's a matter of perspective.
It suits Jesus.
Did you ever become fascinated? It's like I've bumped into such cases in in your country, but not here. Well, in like my native country. Anyways, so let's say you're in the mall, you're in the trade center, right?
Okay.
Let's say you've been there for hours, hanging out with friends, going to places to eat, and going to place to shop, and like watch a movie or something, and it's been like half a day or something.
Hmm.
So you go to the public restroom, to the toilet, for number two, right? Or just number one, doesn't matter for this context. You go there to the cabins, and then from one of the nearby cabins, you hear some businessman, while on the toilet, taking a dump, talking on the phone, with conversations like, yeah, sure, like, I expect this delivery, so this many stones to construct this highway, so sign the documents, I'm gonna be there like in an hour, right? And they often would talk like pretty loud, so that's the whole restroom, the whole public restroom, like with maybe, I don't know, a dozen of people in there, like would hear all that. Like they just don't care. I think like during those conversations they wouldn't shy of just like fart or like actually take a dump. Like, I mean, part of this whole process. It's
Well,
it's
also
crazy.
basic healthy.
Most are what?
That's what that
Didn't hear you.
people always shout in such places. Not only businessmen. Children, other people.
Yeah, but not
Some
only he would not be shy of like taking a crap and just like do it as freely and as liberally as he could possibly do, but he would also like have this conversation on the phone about like serious stuff, and he would also speak loudly. It's like some businessmen just like have balls that are probably something some bodybuilders can use for powerlifting. I think like that really takes some huge balls like to behave like that. It's like I don't give a shit what you're thinking. I just take this shit right now, and yeah. Uh, so I am on Twitter, and I'm there because of some actually very good reasons. But yeah, sometimes in the feed or in some news or in some TV shows, people will just like make jokes about people's like Twitter posts. And for some reason, I always have this picture that probably some really kind of valley girls or this kind of gossipy girls, really a bit narcissistic, a bit silly, would just not get the idea of the Twitter, like how it's supposed to be used, and
So what's the idea of the Twitter?
um,
Next it.
well, basically short posts and short exclamations. Like just put some information, but very concise and very condensed. And I always have this feeling that some girls probably misuse it and then have like huge essays like with gossipy talk like addressed to, I don't know, whoever, like to their friends, and they would like write a giant wall of text, like the first part in the allowed 140 characters, which is like nothing, and then their next post would start with words like, so as I was saying before. As if it's like some diary or something, or some or some group chat. Right. Yeah, like you may hear your parents or grandparents or grandparents always saying something similar to like old times were better, grass was greener, etc. Not really. Cancer research, early stage cancer treatment research, and yeah, like sometimes you will just rewatch out of curiosity older TV shows and movies you liked, and then with some of them you would be like, how did I ever like this kind of crap? it's like everything is so cliche and so formatted and just full of kind of staple jokes and staple dialogues. It'd be like,
Oh,
and
well,
and like you liked those TV shows and movies like 10 years ago or something like that, or like 15 years ago
you
or
know,
20
art
years
is
ago.
still good.
Well, you're a special individuum, I would say.
And some people say that the original Star Trek is still good.
Did you ever think what is running through dogs' heads when they're barking at the cars? I think like one of the thoughts that might run through their heads at that point would be like, how dare they go so fast? So there is a thing in the countries with a tough winter climate but still fine climate during like spring and summer. Imagine you bought a bottle of juice in a glass bottle with a metal top, right?
Uh-huh.
And because of the difference in temperatures, the way it works is that when you suddenly move from cold space to warm space, right? Like during winter especially, it will make it hard for you to open the bottle for some mysterious reasons. For example, if like let's say you have a bottle of water and you're in indoors for a long period of time, no trouble whatsoever to open that bottle. Let you get out, and then like I don't know, half an hour later, once you're out, you need to like have some water, and you try to open the bottle. No way, like just fucking no way you would open it without the knife. So so physics is really a bitch, and those thoughts led me to this imagination creation. Like imagine in the movies, well, no, yeah, there would be some chasing, there would be some running, um, and yeah, let's say like you have some like I don't know, it's like your researcher running out of like chemical lab, right? And there is some criminal after you, and you run from indoors to outdoors, and you grab this type of bottle, and you're like, oh, I have a weapon with me, I can just splash some of that like poisonous like chemical liquid on top of him, and you're like, I can't open it, and then he shoots you down. Like the end. Not the end of this conversation though just yet. I think I still have you to kind of trial on you. So you're a bit of a lab rat today.
Okay, lab cat.
Lab rat, rather.
I don't smell like a rat.
Like what?
Like a rat.
Like it's in spirit?
No.
Anyways, you probably won't get this, but try to get it. So yeah, so, I have this advice to a lot of young people who are dating. Don't take too many pictures with your girls, the soon-to-be ex-girls, because you would end up spending days deleting old pictures from your social media accounts.
Oh yeah, done with it.
Yeah, early spring in Finland is shit, like literally. You walk on sidewalks at suburban streets, and all you see around on the sides of the pedestrian road is like shit, 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 shit. The snow melted and undercovered the mysteries. Uncovered, to be exact.
Unveiled.
Nothing raises up your mood more than reading a post in your social media news feeds, in your recommendations about certain certain company, and that company in that post says, our company will take part in Ritual Services Expo. It's in my social media, in my recommendations,
So you read Dracula.
in the news feed. I'm like, what made you think that there is a connection between me and those type of news?
I don't know, maybe your mood today.
So one of the new Samsung phones, like smartphones, is called Samsung Edge. It's the one with kind of cut off edges, right? So I would wonder what would happen in a battle of Samsung Edge versus any Edge. Is it less likely to fall off the edge or more likely? Yeah, this one you have to picture it. Okay, moving on to some older stuff. Something in the news, like workers with major depressive period lose up to 20% of annual productivity. Oh no shit, nigga, let's ban bullshit like crap researches like this.
Bullshit. Yeah.
It's like workers with major depressive period lose up to 20% of their annual productivity. Like, you don't say.
Depressive period.
Yeah. Showers are like cakes. Once you start, you don't want to stop. Think about it. Like, you look at a cake which haven't been touched at all. It's in your fridge or just at your kitchen. You're like, maybe, no. And then you're like, okay, I'll give it a try. And then you're like, oh, where is it? Oh, I ate it all. Damn it. And the same
5 hours.
showers, because you're like, oh, like I'm so tired. It's gonna like take time. I'll have to stand in there. I'll have to do things. I'll have to move. Like, I just wanna like probably go to bed already. And then before sleep or in the early morning, you're like, oh, I'm so lazy. Like, okay, like maybe fine. I'll take a shower. And you're like, after a while, if it's like some hot water, well, mildly hot water, you're feeling like, well, I never want to leave this place. A lot of people in newscasts and TV shows are saying that a bunch of mean things about like celebrities taking nude selfies or just discussing nude pictures that leaked from somewhere about rich and famous people. But they're probably somewhere in the web space and the web surface. There are selfies taken by dominatrix women.
So what?
Just like, it's so silly to brag and accuse like famous people for like leaking nude photos, while they're like probably social media accounts of women who act as dominatrix as a hobby, and they take selfies. Why not to discuss them?
Because they are not celebrities.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah. So there is a chemical that you probably know for like cleaning whatever surface in your apartment. So in our country, it's been called Mr. Muscle or Mr. Muscle, right? So I've watched an episode of Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show, and there was Will Ferrell as a guest, and he dressed up as that dude from those commercials, like just white pants and white t-shirts, and just like kind of bald, like with white gray hair and stuff. And apparently in America, that character and that brand was called Scrub-a-Dub. Just let it sink in. So like we called it Mr. Muscle, right? And then there, the same brand with the same picture, the same like guy in the commercial, was called Scrub-a-Dub.
Scrub-a-Dub is better.
Really?
It's almost like crab. Scrubby cup. Scrubby-Dub. Yeah. That sounds.
Krabby Scrub. Krabby Dubby Dub. Abu
It's
Dhabi.
like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi do. I think right now a lot of kids are in this strange era when actually them going outdoors and climbing trees is fine, and if they pursue career in like esports gaming, that's also fine. Because maybe something like 5-10 years ago that wasn't the norm. You'd be like, oh, it's like, stop playing your computer, get out, like, play with your friends. And now parents like, well, either way, I'm fine with it. It's like, you wanna earn a bunch of money, like, playing games? Sure. You wanna go outdoors and, I don't know, do sports and become an athlete? Fine. Okay, let me think about this one. Sometimes I don't understand my own notes. Soft and warm socks are everything. They make you feel at home. And you say this phrase at the office and your boss says you should take this report home. Okay, I think you need one more time.
Yeah.
Soft and warm socks are everything. They make you feel like you're at home. And then you say this phrase at your office and your boss looks at you and says you probably should take this report to home.
Yeah.
Okay, now you get it.
Yeah, good.
I'm really pissed off at my fast metabolism. If I have to go somewhere for a trip, just for one weekend, I return back, and half of my laundry is full of soak-wet cloves. I think we need factory label tag stickers for all types of cables, like the ones you get for the webcams and etc. Because like even at home with just like one computer, there could be so many cables and so much stuff attached to it, like a second monitor or something. And you always wonder like which one is what, and sometimes you forget, and then you like try to unplug something to free up space for something new that you want to plug in, and then you just end up switching everything off. because that cable was the power cable, and like, sorry. Our memory works in mysterious ways. Not only we sometimes not remember passing through underground passages, right? When we cross the roads underground. But I don't know what happens in our head that sometimes we just blank and black off and start hanging winter coats in our bathroom.
I really don't know. Never done this.
Never?
I think.
I really hate when thoughts about getting up for bathroom are keeping me awake in bed.
Oh yeah, same shit.
I really hate being asked at the grocery shops, like, do you need the receipt?
Grocery. What's grocery?
Just a supermarket, whatever.
Uh,
It's like, cashiers in here always ask everybody, like, do you need the receipt? I hate it. I hate it. Like, I like it, the system.
Есть карточка у нашего магазина? Пакет нужен? Oh, shit.
I would actually be fine with that, but not every time. Do you need the receipt? Do you need the receipt? Like, you can always just, like, ask for it.
The salesmen and some other workers, they also say so many words. Why?
Yeah, but I actually knew some German friends who would actually collect all the receipts and keep them, and so store them for like 6 years or something.
Germans.
Yes, indeed. It's like, can you imagine like the pile of all the receipts and checks for like
I
for
have
6
some
year time?
MPG cards.
Yeah. Often I want to take couple liquor shots after cutting my nails because, like, damn, I start to do like a monkey dance because I ask myself, is it supposed to feel like this way? I feel like I'm abducted by aliens. It's really like next level experience, like just right after you cut off your nails. It's like, what the hell is this? I need some whiskey, like to shake off this.
Would cut off your fingers instead.
I don't know how to reply to this. Like, you made an innocent joke sound like a horror movie. Yeah. So sometimes I get lazy and I forget to like shave and like or trim anything, and I really think that once you decide to actually grow a mustache, you should trim it every once in a while if you want to keep it for like, I don't know, some weeks, because otherwise it would just become like a bush, and then like you would have this also odd feeling when you're drinking or eating anything. It would like each drink or each food will get this like special mustache flavor attached to it, and you would be like, why does everything taste the same? Right. Okay, that's probably enough for now. I think I can cut. Oh no, wait. Do I still have something that can bomb and tear you to pieces?
Okay.
So just like trying to find like a couple more that are actually good and can click you.
It's really fun, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't get maybe 2 or 3 jokes, but others were great.
Oh, they were mediocre. Basically, if you start laughing, then it should work with average person. Oh yeah, right. So that's bombing sometimes. So why do we pull up pants after toilet
Oh,
when we're just about to take a shower? Like, okay, we're sitting on the crapper, we're done. In 1 minute, we're gonna go take a shower. We're gonna turn 90 degrees and make 2 steps. And why do we still pull up our pants?
that's the one I don't get. Something about toilets.
Oh, who the fuck is that?
Not me, anyway.
Some dude that I actually don't want to talk to. Like some old friend that like has been actually a very weird person.
Maybe that's me.
Imagine if some celebrity who has done some plastic surgery but also went through a course for self-motivation and kind of positivity just wakes up, gets up, walks through the hall at his home, looks into the mirror and just stretches up his face, is like, today's gonna be amazing.
Now it's a horror show.
Okay. There should be official grades for worn t-shirts. Like, you should never put this on back again before like washing it, or like, okay, maybe you can run in this outdoors or cycle. Okay, you can probably still wear this at home but not at work. So like special labels, let's say some colors or some like tattoos appearing on your clothes, some marks indicating that.
Maybe useful. I had so many t-shirts, 40 of them, and you know, Andrew said that he has 70. 70 t-shirts. Why? What reason? Oh.
You sounded like a very old Jew in there. Like your accent, you're like, oh come on, there's 70 t-shirts.
That's a lot, I think.
Well, I might have close to that if I put them all together in one place. Because let's just say there are very few t-shirts that I basically wear off like to this extent.
Why?
Like everything is still like wearable, because every year like I get some new ones and so on, and there has never pretty much been a year, like 1 year, in which I've like worn every single one of my t-shirts.
Yes, the same problem.
Why is it a problem? It's actually good.
It's not good because they just lay there without use.
Yeah, but imagine like life is tough and like you need to save up for something big, and then like if you have these 70 t-shirts spread around your apartment and shelves and wardrobes, then if
How
you, wait,
tough
no, it wouldn't be tough if you like think about it from different aspects. Like if you really want to, you can not do laundry for like 2 months.
Laundry.
Yeah.
I've not done laundry. I still wash with my hands, my bare hands. Why not?
Yeah, and
Not-
and you're a polar bear, right? As well.
Look, but I have seen a bear in my dream tonight.
So you're slowly turning into a bear, and you just like want to follow the call of the wild and just run into the woods, right?
Yeah, with mighty sword.
Yeah, with a plaid T-shirt, with a beard, and an axe on your shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you settle down in the forest with a small like summer house, and then you start actually washing your clothes with an axe. You're just like taking a big axe, like you put your clothes into a bowl, like you fill up with water, and then pretending like you have a washing machine, you're steering your clothes with an axe.
Great vacation. Summer of my dreams.
Sure.
Did you ever see a bear in a dream, by the way?
I don't know. Maybe.
So you done with drugs?
Almost. So, for example, there is this thing that there are many nightmares in this world, but for some reason, we're not like afraid of sometimes crossing a busy street. Okay, we have a problem. Do you still hear me?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I had a problem. So, there are many nightmares, and sometimes we're not afraid to pass a busy street, right?
Now I don't see you.
Because I clicked it off because internet connection problem. Shut the fuck up for a minute. So yeah, sometimes we're afraid to. We're not afraid to cross a busy street, and there is some other very horror cases and situations. But so often we're so afraid to drop down a soaped dish when we're washing the dishes. It's like one of the worst nightmares for humans. Just
I'm not afraid.
to drop down a really soaped dish. If it's not soaped, for some reason, most people won't be that afraid. But if it's soaped, then like, shit, if I drop this, like, the world will end.
Maybe it's, kind of housewife problem.
Are you kidding me?
Hmm.
That sounded so sexist.
Why? Just, I think that when I drop a dish, well, who cares? It's just a dish. Well, if it's not my favorite dish, of course. I have one.
You're a very special human being.
I just don't give a fuck if I drop a dish. Is it soft or not?
If you will drop the base, would you care?
Base? What's that? Base of what?
No, I mean like it's a catchphrase. It's a slang phrase.
Well, I don't get it.
Well, like DJ drop the bass.
Drop the base. No.
Okay.
Need to Google it.
Okay, last one for today. Maybe I'm not the only one, and probably you are puzzled by this thing as well. So let's say a young or not that old, like ladies, even some old ladies will do that, I think. They will have this kind of office look, so they would kind of wear a suit or jacket or something, or maybe like like a formal dress, and then underneath a pretty transparent but formal white shirt, they would have a black bra.
Sexy. But what's the joke?
Like for me, it's just like something that really bugs me. Like, you know how women are so like cautious about us, like looking at their tits and like at their boobs, at their melons, and
So it's not a problem.
sometimes accuse us like my eyes are up there, But then,
No, it's just European problem, you know, not ours.
no, but like, it's so easy to avoid this. Like, you know, you have a pretty transparent white short,
I
and
don't.
and they would on purpose put on a black bra to make everything even more visible.
I don't think they need us to avoid it. I think they just need to attract us, or some of us, by this.
Yeah, and when we actually pay attention, we get accused.
Maybe sometimes in Europe, sorry, but not every time, I think. Because if a woman don't want us to, no, you know, look at her watch, she just may dress like a monk or something. Why not?
Okay, I sort of get you and sort of not, but I guess we can keep it at that. But still, it's like, it's weird. Like, these, most of the time, they kind of want our attention, and at the same time, they don't.
Women.
So, can't make up their mind. Or just, like, any dresses with giant cuts at the top, and you're like, and when you look up there and you kind of get caught, and they all just lose themselves and like what are you doing? And they just start shaking their head and in silence. It's like, what's going on? It's like, well, you kind of, I assumed you wanted that, like me to stare there, but it's just silly. Okay, let's end this there.
Окей, включай картинку.